Okay, very good. All right, the state has requested there are certain witnesses, due to the nature of this case, that do not want their identities broadcast over, or to be filmed. So this would be one of those witnesses. So I would ask that any of the media in here do not broadcast the witness's identity, including taking still photos of her, okay?
Please state your full name for the record.
Aaliyah Albritton,
Miss Albritton, what city do you live in?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, Florida? How long have you lived in Jacksonville, Florida?
My whole life.
How old are you now?
22.
I'm going to ask you about some events that occurred the weekend starting on June 21st of 2024, that Friday. Do you remember that weekend?
Yes.
And on that weekend, did you have any travel plans?
Yes.
And at that time, back in 2024, you were still living in Jacksonville, is that correct?
Yes.
Where were you going to go that weekend?
To Tampa.
Who were you going to go to Tampa with?
My friend, two of my friends,
And what was your friends' names?
Taifa and Camille.
And when you say Taifa, are you referring to Taifa McCray?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's already been marked for identification, States Exhibit 27. Have I already shown you this photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recognize the person in this photograph?
Yes.
Is that a fair and accurate picture of the way Taifa McCray looked back in June of 2023?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time we'd introduce into evidence States Exhibit number 27.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
Ms. Albritton, is that a photograph of Taifa McCray?
Yes.
Do you actually recognize the outfit that he's wearing? And I'm going to scroll this up a little bit so that you can see all of it. Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
Is that what he was wearing that weekend?
Yes.
Let's go back to the Friday, June 21st of 2024. You said that you were coming down to Tampa with two friends, is that correct?
Yes.
Who was the other friend that you had mentioned that was coming to Tampa with you?
Camille.
And is her last name Bentley? Would that be Camille Bentley?
Yeah.
How do you know Camille Bentley?
I met her through somebody. I met her through one of my friends.
How long had you known Camille Bentley before June of 2024?
Probably a year.
What was the nature of your relationship with Camille Bentley?
We were just friends. We just hang out time to time.
And what about Mr. McCray? How do you know Taifa McCray?
I know him through a friend also.
How long had you known Mr. McCray?
I've known him a few years.
And what was the plan when you came to Tampa? What were you guys going to do together?
We were just gonna hang out, have fun, go to some clubs. That was really it.
Have you ever heard of a person that was a rapper in Jacksonville by the name of Julio Foolio?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what his real name is?
Yeah.
What's his real name?
Charles.
Okay. And do you know his last name as well?
Jones.
Is there any relationship between your friend Taifa McCray and Charles Jones, the victim in this case?
Yeah, they're cousins, if I'm not mistaken.
Did any of your plans in Tampa involve Charles Jones, the rapper known as Julio Foolio?
Yeah.
What was going to happen in Tampa that weekend of June 21st of 2024?
I think he had to perform somewhere, or he had like to show up at a club or something like that.
And going back again to that day on Friday, who were you traveling to Tampa with?
Taifa and Camille.
How were you getting to Tampa? How did you get to Tampa?
Taifa's car.
Where did he pick you up at?
Camille's house.
And did he drive both you and Camille Bentley to Tampa?
Yes.
When did you get to Tampa, Florida?
Friday night, I think. Friday night, probably like 9, I think.
Where did you stay when you got to Tampa?
Airbnb.
Had you been to Tampa before then?
Yeah.
Did you know, were you familiar with the area at the Airbnb that you were staying at?
No.
Could you today even say what the address of that Airbnb
No, I have
was?
no idea.
Can you tell us what type of Airbnb it was?
A house, and I think it had a pool. I think it had like 2 or 3 bedrooms.
Was there anyone else staying at that Airbnb in Tampa with you besides Camille, Bentley, and Taifa McCray?
Yes.
Who else was staying at the Airbnb?
A few of Taifa friends, Julio friends.
Okay. What about Charles Jones, Julio Foolio? Was he there as well?
Yeah.
Were you also staying at that Airbnb the whole weekend? Was that the plan?
No, they had booked a different house. So it was 2 different Airbnbs.
You said 2 different houses, so one Airbnb for Friday, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And-
And one for Saturday.
And one for Saturday. Did you go to another Airbnb Saturday night?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The following day?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know the address of the Airbnb that you stayed at the following day?
No.
And we're now talking about the Saturday, June 22nd of 2024.
Yeah, I don't know neither of the addresses. I don't even remember where they were at.
I want to ask you who all went to the second Airbnb.
Everybody.
And when you say everybody, are you referring to all of the people that you previously have stated were at the Airbnb on Friday?
Yes.
So can you just list them for us again, who they are?
Taifa, Camille, Foolio, and I think like 2 of his friends, 2 of Foolio friends.
So there were additional people there besides your group and Charles Jones.
Yeah.
Were there any parties or celebrations that were planned for that Saturday on June 22nd of 2024?
Yeah.
What was going on?
Foolio had a pool party.
Was there, when you say you had a pool party, was it just for the people that you have now mentioned, or were other
No,
people
like
coming?
it was a whole bunch of people there.
How many people would you say was at that pool party at the time when most people were there?
The house was full, so probably like 50 people, maybe 30 people.
And did you recognize some of the people in the party?
I knew a couple of them.
And where were they from?
Jacksonville.
And of the ones that you knew, do you know what their names are?
Their nicknames.
Nicknames. I want to ask you a little bit about the nicknames, okay? You said that you have grown up in Jacksonville your whole life, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you said that you knew Charles Jones as Julio Foolio, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Were you familiar with what he did in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Okay. And did he post a lot of music to social media?
Yeah.
And what was he known for in Jacksonville?
Rapping.
Rapping. Are you familiar with the term drill rapping?
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, were you familiar with what gang that he was associated with or a member of?
Yeah.
And what was the name of that?
I don't know the name. I just know it goes by like side of towns.
The side of town, so there are different areas of the town that gangs are associated with? Okay. So going back to that party, did you see any other rappers or people that made music at the party?
No, I kind of stayed in the room. I didn't really interact with everybody.
Why were you at that party?
Because I was staying there.
Okay. Who were you more associated with the group in Jacksonville?
Say it one more time.
Were you friends with Charles Jones? Did you hang out with him at the party?
I didn't really hang out with him, no. I don't do big crowds of people, so I just stayed in a room.
And Taifa McCray, is he the person that you considered your friend in that group?
Yeah.
And other than Taifa McCray and Camille Bentley, was there anyone else there that you were very close with?
No.
At some point, what did you do during that day at that Airbnb?
Saturday,
Yes, ma'am.
like during the day,
Yes.
I went to the mall and the liquor store. Nothing else really.
And then what time did the party at the Airbnb start?
At nighttime, sometime probably like 8 or 9, 10 maybe.
What happened at the Airbnb at some point?
It got shut down. We got kicked out because I guess whoever the owner of the Airbnb was didn't want to party there or something like that. It was too many people on the Ring camera. I think that's what they said.
And who shut down the party?
The police came.
Prior to the police coming, even though there were too many people there, was there anything unusual that happened at that Airbnb where Charles Jones was celebrating his birthday?
No.
After the party got shut down, where did you go?
We went straight to the clubs after that.
And were those the clubs where you said that Charles Jones had some kind of promos?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We went to a few clubs, so I'm not exactly sure which one we went to first. I think it was like the second or third one where he had to like come at.
Okay. And so do you know the name of the clubs?
No, I don't remember the names of none of the clubs.
Who did you go to the clubs with?
Camille and Taifa.
And what vehicle did you go in?
Taifa's.
Was there other people in your group from the Airbnb going to the clubs at the same time?
I think so, yeah.
What about Charles Jones? Was he going to the clubs?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you know who he was in a car with?
Two of his friends, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And do you remember what kind of car that he was driving?
Charger,
And what color?
black.
And then do you remember whether or not Charles Jones had a girlfriend that was at the Airbnb?
Yeah, she came that night.
On Saturday, June 22nd of 2024?
Mm-hmm.
What was her name? Do you know her name?
Mani. I'm not sure if that's her real name or not, but
But you remember that his girlfriend did show up, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did she also go in a separate vehicle to the clubs?
yeah.
Do you remember how many people were in her car?
I think she had one of her friends with her.
And did the cars go together to the club or separately?
Well, the first club we went separately because I think we left before them because they had to like get all their stuff. But we eventually ended up meeting at the club.
Okay. And how long would you say that you were at the first club?
I really don't remember.
Had you been doing any drinking that night?
Yes, I was.
How much had you had to drink, would you say, before you went to the clubs while you were at the pool party?
A decent amount.
And let me ask you this, did you feel like you were intoxicated at all?
I was definitely intoxicated.
Could you still walk on your own?
Oh, yeah.
Did you still understand what was going on?
Yeah.
And again, prior to leaving to the clubs, had there been any sort of incidents, fighting, or any kind of thing that would give you concern?
No.
And you said that the first club, the whole group went, is that correct?
Yeah.
And there were 3 vehicles.
Yeah.
Were there other people from Jacksonville that eventually went to that club as well?
Yeah, I'm not sure which club they came to, but yeah, it was other.
And you already said, I think, that you don't know how long you stayed at that club.
Yeah, I don't remember. We went to, I think, over 3 clubs. I don't know how long we were at each club.
At any club, whether it was the first one, second one, did you have any issue in the clubs?
No.
Did you see whether or not Charles Jones had any issues with anyone in either of those clubs?
No.
And at some point, what happened after you guys were done in the clubs?
We had to find somewhere to stay. We didn't have nowhere to stay anymore.
Well, what happened? Where did you go?
A hotel.
Do you remember what hotel you went to?
Home to be, I think, Holiday. It was two connected to each other.
You said home to, could it be home to suites? Does that sound right?
I think so. Yeah.
And then Holiday Inn, is that correct?
Yeah.
How many cars went to the hotel?
3.
Is it the 3 cars that we've already talked about?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you get to the hotels?
I had to use the bathroom. I went and used the bathroom, and that's when all that happened outside, I guess.
When you said you went to go use the bathroom, had you guys checked in at that point?
No, I don't think we were able to get a room there. It was either booked or it was too late to get it or something.
And were you still in Taifa McCray's house? I'm sorry, Taifa McCray's vehicle.
Yeah.
And who else was in the vehicle at that point?
Camille.
All right, I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification, States Exhibit 22B6. Did I ask you to look at this CD prior to coming to court today?
Yeah.
And did I also ask you to put initials on there so you could recognize it at a later time?
Yeah.
And does this exhibit, States Exhibit 22B6, does it fairly and accurately depict the front of that hotel, Home to Suites, where you were at on June 23rd of 2024?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd introduce into evidence States Exhibit 22B6.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
Did I just push it? You said that you went to several clubs, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
How long would you say it took to get from one club to the next club?
I don't remember.
And at the second club, do you remember how long you were at that club?
No. I don't remember how long I was at none of the clubs. I don't know how far they are from each other. I don't remember none of that. None.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to take a look at the monitor.
And if you need to step down, because it's a little hard because the screen is kind of parallel with
Oh yeah,
you and
I can
so-
see. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see. I just want to make sure you can see. And then if you have to point something out, Miss Albritton, you're welcome to walk over to the screen and point out something if necessary, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to pause it right there. Can you tell me, do you recognize the vehicles that are being depicted in this video?
Yes.
Okay. And I am going to ask you to step down for just 1 second, just so you can point to what vehicles and who are in each vehicle, if you know who's in the vehicle.
This is Julio's car, Monty's car, Honda, and this Taifa's car.
Okay. And when you say Monty, that's the girlfriend, is that correct? Does Armani Turner, does that sound correct, ma'am?
I don't remember.
You don't know her name. Okay, we'll call her Monty then. And in the black Charger, that is the vehicle that you said Charles Jones is in. Is that correct? And then the very vehicle in the back is the vehicle that you are in with Taifa McCray.
Yeah.
Who's driving? Okay. You can go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to play some more and have you watch it. So Ms. Albritton, at some point, there's a period of time where Charles Jones' vehicle and his girlfriend's vehicle is back, and Taifa McCray's vehicle is gone for a little bit. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. What's going on when Taifa McCray's vehicle is not following directly behind Charles Jones and his girlfriend's vehicle?
Monty was just driving a little crazy, so he didn't want to be close to her car, so he just stayed back.
And can you tell us who is getting out of the vehicles now?
Me and Taifa.
Okay. And was there, could you see where another person got into the driver's seat?
In the video?
Yes.
No.
Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna. I'm going to ask you to take a look at when Mr. McCray gets out of the vehicle. Do you kind of see somebody get into the driver's seat?
Oh, yeah.
Who is that?
Camille.
Your friend, Miss Camille Bentley?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And where are you going at this point?
To use the restroom.
Okay. How long are you in the restroom?
A couple minutes.
And what happens when you're in the restroom?
Nothing. As soon as I walked out the restroom, I just heard stuff outside.
What did you hear?
Shooting.
Okay. And when you heard shooting, what did you do?
I had stayed next to the lady at the front desk.
Okay. And had you seen, when you went to the restroom, where did Mr. McCray, Taifa McCray go?
He used the restroom too.
When you got out of the restroom, did you see him at all?
Yeah, like we walked out at like the same time.
Okay. And you said you started, did you hear shooting while you were in the restroom or when you came out?
The restroom was like in a deep hallway, so I didn't really hear it till I got out of the hallway.
And when you heard the shooting, what was Taifa McCray, was he already out of the restroom?
Yeah, we heard it at like the same time.
Okay. And what did he do?
He didn't do anything. We stayed in there and we heard it stop, but then it kept going. So when he heard it stop, he was finna walk out there, but it started going again, so he didn't go out there.
So I want to ask you, you said at some point you heard shooting and it stopped, and then it started again, correct? Mm-hmm. Do you know how much time elapsed, or can you estimate?
A few seconds, probably like 10 seconds, 10, 30 seconds.
And while you heard shooting, did you or Mr. McCray try to go outside into that parking lot where Charles Jones was parked?
No.
After the shooting happened, what did you do?
I called Camille.
And why did you call Camille Bentley?
Because I knew she was outside in the car, and It wasn't no cars out there, so I just called to see where she was at.
You said there were no cars outside, so at some point, did you go and look to see
No,
where
I
the
could
cars
see it
were?
through the door. It was a
Okay.
clear door.
I'm going to go ahead and stop this. And you said that there was somebody working at the hotel, is that correct?
Yeah, a female.
Okay. And did she also hear the shooting?
Yeah, she had said something about if it was somebody's people outside that they were shooting.
Okay. And you said you could see out of the window at some point and there was no vehicles, is that correct?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can. The sliding doors was clear. So
At some point, without going into your conversation, did you go get in touch with Camille Bentley on the phone?
yes,
Okay. And again, without going into the conversation, how soon would you say you got a hold of her after the shooting had occurred?
as soon as right after it happened.
Right after? And how did she sound?
In distress.
Okay. And then what did she say to you?
She told me she was shot, and yeah, she had said she had left, and I think she was telling me kind of where she was at, and I had just told her to come back and get us.
Did she do that?
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, what vehicle was she in?
Taifa.
What happened when Camille Bentley came back to the hotel, and what happened when she came back?
She got in the back seat, and we left.
Before leaving that, you said you looked out there. Did you see Charles Jones' vehicle again at that point?
No, I didn't see his vehicle after that. No.
What about Armani, his girlfriend? Did you see her vehicle at all? And you said that Camille Bentley then got in the back seat. Is that correct? Who was driving at that point?
Taifa,
Where did you all go?
to take Camille to the hospital.
Do you remember what hospital it was?
No, I have no idea.
What happened once you got to the hospital with Camille Bentley?
Taifa and Camille went inside.
Right. Where did you go?
I stayed in the car, and I parked the car at some apartments, I think right next to the hospital.
And do you remember the name of the apartments?
No, I have no idea.
Why didn't you go into the hospital?
I didn't want to see any police. I didn't want to come in contact with any police officers.
Why was that?
Because I'm on probation.
You're on probation back in Jacksonville? Okay. So why did Taifa McCray stay?
I told him to stay.
Why did you do that?
I didn't want Camille going in the hospital by herself.
And what happened once you got to that apartment that was close to the hospital?
I got picked up.
Picked up by whom?
One of Taifa's friends.
What happened to Taifa McCray's car?
It just stayed in apartments.
And let me show you some photographs. I'm going to show you states 29A through D. Do you recognize all of these photographs?
Yeah.
And do these photographs fairly and accurately depict Mr. McCray's vehicle as well as the location that you left the vehicle?
Yeah.
And at this time, we would introduce into evidence States Exhibit 29A through D.
Any objection?
No objection.
They're admitted.
Ms. Alberton, can you tell us what's in 29A?
Taifa's car.
Okay. And which one?
The Nissan.
Okay. The one in the middle, is that a Nissan Altima?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to show you 29B. Do you see some damage in this picture?
Yes.
Prior to this night, had there been any sort of damage to the side of the vehicle?
No.
You don't know, were you in the vehicle when it was damaged?
No.
I'm going to show you 29C. Is that the back of Mr. McCray's vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you see the two bullet holes that are in the back windshield?
Mm-hmm.
Had that been there prior to what happened, the shooting at Home to Suites?
No.
I'm going to show you 29D. This is a close-up. Did you see that on the back of the vehicle when you left it at that apartment complex?
No.
Now, I want to talk a little bit more about why you didn't want to speak to the police. At some point, were you concerned with some of the stuff that is going on in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
A lot of people just don't get along.
And when you say a lot of people don't get along, are you again referring to these rival neighborhood gang groups?
Yeah.
Some point when you were younger, did you date someone who was associated with a rapper by the name of Yungeen Ace?
Yeah.
What is Yungeen Ace's real name?
Keontae.
Okay. Is that Keontae Bullard?
Mm-hmm.
And who were you dating that was related to Mr. Bullard?
Trayvon.
How is Trayvon Bullard related to Keontae Bullard?
They're brothers.
When did you date him?
In 2018.
Okay. And did something happen to him?
Yeah, he passed away.
When did he pass away?
June 5th, 2018.
And how did he pass away?
He got shot.
Was that a part of this rival gang war?
I'm assuming.
And when you say that he, at that point back in, you said 2018, was there even a group called ATK back then?
No.
And going back to Yungeen Ace, what was it known as back then?
Yungeen Gang.
And is there music and rap music that is associated? Do you need a Kleenex or a tissue?
No.
You're okay? Okay. Is there music and nicknames and rap names associated with the music that these gangs are putting out?
Yes.
And what did your boyfriend's brother, what did he go by?
Ace.
And is that, you said back then, the group that hung out with him, his gang, was called what?
Yungeen Gang.
At some point after the death of your boyfriend, did you continue to hang out with his brother and his brother's group?
I kept in contact, but I didn't really hang out with them.
Okay. Were you interested in all of that back and forth that was going on between Yungeen crew and the rival neighborhood gang?
Objection, relevance.
Overruled, go ahead.
No. Thank you.
Sure. Issues.
Oh, I'm sorry. Such a issue.
Thank you.
And so your boyfriend back then, he was associated with the group that was against Charles Jones' group, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that some of the concern that you had with people finding out where you were?
Yeah, I just didn't want to be a part of none of the media stuff.
Is there a lot of social media that goes on with these two rival groups?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification, States Exhibit 34. Do you recognize that individual?
Yes.
And is that a fair and accurate picture of that individual?
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor, at this time, we'll introduce into evidence States Exhibit number 34.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
Ms. Albritton, who is pictured in State's Exhibit 34?
Charles.
Charles Jones. And you said that his gang, his rapper nickname was Julio Foolio, is that correct?
Is that it? Yes, Ms. Albritton?
Yes.
Okay.
Had you listened to any of the music that he had put out?
No, I don't listen to his music.
Okay. And during that night when you were with Mr. McCray, were there any concerns at all for your safety or the other safety of the people that were with you?
I really didn't think nothing of it because we was out of town. So, and nothing happened the first night, so I mean, I didn't really think nothing of it.
After this happened, did you ever, what did you do after you got picked up by Mr. McCray's friend?
I was just in the car with him, but I ended up going back to the hotel where it was at, and because I guess the boy knows Monty and them, they was talking.
Okay. And again, you say, Monty, are you referring to Charles Jones' girlfriend?
Yes.
Did you at some point know what happened to Charles Jones?
Taifa had, yeah, when I talked to Taifa, he told me.
So you had additional communication with Taifa and McCray after his friend picked you up?
Yeah, I was checking on Camille, so I called him.
When you went back to the home to suites, what did you see when you went back there? And what time was it when you went back there?
It was daylight now. It was just the police had it roped off and stuff.
Who did you see when you went back to that location after the police had already roped off the area?
Monty, I don't know the other people.
Charles Jones' girlfriend? Did you ever give a statement to law enforcement while you were in Tampa?
No.
At some point later on in the investigation, did a detective, Juan Ramos with the Tampa Police Department, call you to take your statement?
Yes.
And at that time, did you provide him with a statement?
Yeah.
Was that the only statement that you provided to the Tampa Police Department?
Yeah.
Your Honor, may I have one moment?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we pass the witness.
Okay, cross.